Now, example number 3 says evaluate the expression when x is 6 and when x is -1. Let's take just a moment. Does anyone remember what that word means? We've talked about it before, and I said, remember what this word means. Every time you see it, this is what it's telling you to do. Maggie H. No, that's part of it. Ian. Plug in. Then simplify. Okay? So that's what they're asking us to do in this problem. Plug in 6 and then simplify it. Then they want us to do it again. Plug in -1 and simplify. Okay. Okay. So let's do this. We're going to do part A. This is really part A, and this is part B. In part A, I'm going to write -8 minus, and I'm going to put parentheses. And I always put parentheses there so I don't get confused with my signs. And I'm going to take the 6 and write it just like that. Okay. Now, let me ask you this. Before we simplify that, let's rewrite it the way we would normally write it. How do we do that? Raise your hand if you can tell me, how would I rewrite this? I don't normally have parentheses right there. Let's simplify this a bit more. Christina?
It would be -8 and +6.
It wouldn't be.
-8 and 6?
And -6. I just got rid of the parentheses.
But that's not a -6.
It's a positive, isn't it?
Yeah, so
And when I've got a negative and a positive, what do they simplify to? Just a negative. Okay? Now I just look at these two numbers. -8, -6. What do I get, Catherine?
you get
Perfect. Done. Okay? Now, let's look at part B. In part B, they said plug in -1. So it's going to be -8 minus. Now, do you see why I put my parentheses there? Because for this one, I'm putting in -1. This minus does not stand for that one, does it? No. Okay? All right, let me move this down so we're not getting confused with that. All right? Now, let's rewrite this one. Paris, rewrite that one for me. -8 plus 1, because I've got two negatives. Right? Now I'm just looking at -8, +1. When I combine them, Elise, what do I get? -7. Problem solved. Not solved, problem evaluated. It's not solved. I can't solve anything unless I have an equal sign and a variable. This doesn't have an equal sign up here. It's just an expression. It's not an equation. I solve equations. I simplify and evaluate expressions. Expressions are things that only go on one side of an equation. All right. Excellent job. Let's look at the next one.